Hi everybody, just following up from the FAA introduction into our artifact site for our Moodle cohort. And what I want to do is give you a quick demonstration of how you would upload files as artifacts of your leadership in the 8 dimensions that we talked about. And I'm also going to show you how to save an email communication as a file, just in case that's something you want to do. I've had a couple of people ask about how they might do that, because that is something they wanted to use as one of their artifacts and as representation of their growth and demonstrating leadership in various dimensions. Okay, so let's have a quick look first of all at how we would save an email. I'll save that as a file. Remember, I expect that you'll be uploading, many of you will be choosing files to upload, whether it's your PowerPoint of your ed plan, it may be a Word document, a newsletter, for instance, that you've sent out, or any other number of files that are representative of your learning. So let's go into the email first. So here's the email I sent to the group the other day, showing them how to get into our cohort discussion forum around will drivers. And if you received it like this, it probably wasn't that helpful to you. I did have a picture in here. So if you're not viewing your emails as an HTML document or version in an HTML properties, you want to switch to HTML view by clicking this button here. And sometimes in the PC version of GroupWise, you just have to click the banner that comes across the top that's preventing the image from showing. So here's the picture, or the email rather, that I sent out the other day so that it would invite you into our cohort discussion forum. I know Craig posted in there on the weekend and I replied to his post. So if you've not had a chance to do that, this was the email that was inviting you to do that. So let's say I wanted to save this email as an example of instructional leadership around the using emerging technologies in support of teaching and learning. So I want to save this as one of my communications that shows how I'm supporting that type of work in my new role. I would do that here. So how do I save this email? A couple of ways. One, I'm going to go up here to File, Save As, and I want to save this as a PDF document. Those are easy to upload, and so I'm going to click the file type here, and I'm going to save it to my desktop. You will save that wherever you're saving on your system, all of your work around your leadership. So I click Save, and I put that on the desktop. Now the problem with that, as I found out as I was practicing this, is it actually doesn't save this image here. Most PDFs do. So I want the image, because that was important to me, as using emerging technologies. So a couple of ways. On a PC I could hit print screen. With the Mac I'm going to hold the following keys down: Command, Shift, and 4. It actually turns my mouse into a camera, although I don't think that you can see it from your side. But I'm going to drag the camera over top of this part. I want to take a picture of this, and I let go, and it drops it onto my desktop. Okay, so that's a screenshot on my desktop, and it's a file, and I'm going to upload that into Leadership Dimension 4. So let's come back here and have a look at how we'll do that. So these are the artifacts I've just saved. I want them to be representative of providing instructional leadership, and specifically, these are in meeting this descriptor, that I recognize the potential of new and emerging technologies, and I enable their meaningful integration in support of teaching and learning. And so my communication and the video I'm representing here and the email that I sent out to you are all examples of that type of instructional leadership in my building. So what I want to do now is upload that as a document. So let's go down here, and I'm going to add a submission. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, and most of you are going to be probably, I'm expecting, you may prove to be different, you're going to upload files. So I'm going to click on a file submission, and there's a couple of ways to put the files in here. This is where you want the files to show up. Okay? So firstly, one way you do it is you just add a file. Okay? So I'm going to go in here and it says what file, choose one. And so remember, I'm looking on my desktop. Here is the PDF file that I created by going File, Save As, and I want to save that as the Moodle Cohort email file that I wanted to put in here. And so I'm going to upload that, and there it's, now you can see it's added. The other way you can do is you can drag files into this space, and some of you prefer the drag and drop. So over here is the screenshot. This is the one I took as a picture, and I'm just going to grab that and drop it into the file upload space. Now you can see that it is sitting in there as well. Now what I have to do is hit Save Changes. If you don't hit Save, you're not going to keep them there. So I save the changes, and now my two artifacts are sitting here. What I might also do is add a comment. Okay, I have saved these artifacts, sorry for my typing skills there, in this dimension as they represent, and I might give some description as to why I've included those into this section of this leadership dimension and why those are representatives as artifacts of that leadership dimension. Some of them will need no explanation, for instance. So hopefully that quick tutorial helps you do a couple of things. One, how to save an email as a file, and two, how we upload artifacts into the Moodle site. And I'm looking forward to your submissions. Thank you very much.